All right, Ryan Wilson and Bryant McFadden here to dig into this one as well. Let's start on the Arizona side here, guys, because looking at the numbers, this is a Seahawks defense that had given up 27, 45, and 39 in 3 consecutive weeks leading up to this one. They give up 9 points here, and 6 of those points came when they were on the sideline. They give up next to nothing to Kyler Murray in this Arizona offense right now. Did this tell you more about Seattle's defense maybe making strides forward here, Ryan, or did it tell you more about this Arizona offense and where they are deficient?
Arizona, I will say shout out to B-Mac and his dude Tariq Woolen, who had a nice interception at the end of that football game. That was nice. And Tariq Woolen's balling out as a rookie cornerback in the NFL after running that 4.2 during the Combine last year. But let's go back to that Arizona offense, which has sputtered for virtually the entire season. I haven't heard Cliff Kingsbury's post-game presser. I'm imagining he's probably saying something that he says after every loss, that we weren't prepared early on in the football game. Okay, you're calling the plays, my man, so let's figure this out. And, every time you switch over to that game, you see Kyler Murray behind the line of scrimmage running for his life and trying to make plays with his feet. You mentioned the 100 rushing yards. He has to do everything. They turned the ball over on downs 4 separate times. At some point, you have to convert on 4th down. I know some of those were 4th and long towards the end of that football game, but I have no faith in this offense. I have no faith in Cliff Kingsbury as a play caller, and I know DeAndre Hopkins is coming back. I think it's too little too late in terms of what the Cardinals can do in that division, even though we're only in week 6 right now.
Yeah, and the thing about this situation for the Cardinals, I think it's safe to say the NFC West is still wide open, but they don't have a shot. They don't have a shot. And I think it's more about the coaching than anything. Scheme-wise, we don't know exactly what they're trying to do. They haven't established an identity. Defensively, they played pretty stout football, forced the Seattle Seahawks to settle for a few field goals, but yet and still offensively couldn't get anything done. Cliff Kingsbury got this job to be the head coach in Arizona basically because of Kyler Murray. It was supposed to be a match made in heaven. So far, it's been a match made in hell this particular year, especially giving Kyler Murray that type of contract. You expect more with or without DeAndre Hopkins. You expect your franchise quarterback, that's because that's how they're paying him, to deliver. So either there's a disconnect with the quarterback and the play caller, or there's just a disconnect in totality with their offense. This has been some bad ball that we've seen from Arizona. And if DeAndre Hopkins instantly jumps into this lineup and we see a drastic change, he needs a pay raise instantly. And I don't know if he has that type of power or ability to change the dynamics of what we've seen or have not seen from their offense. They're going in the wrong direction extremely fast.
Well, while you're trying to put clauses into contracts, I will as well. Film study clauses for everybody right now, B-Mac, in that Arizona room right now. We'll see what they can do moving forward. But on the Seattle side, I'm glad you mentioned the division race and how wide open it is, because 3-3 has you tied for the top of the list. How real is Seattle? You got a quarterback playing better than we've ever seen him play before. They're winning games. The defense shows up here on Sunday. B-Mac, I'll let you go first here. When you take a look at the Seattle team, one that we had deemed as rebuilding or retooling, how do you feel about them through 6 weeks?
Well, number one, let me admit I was wrong. I thought they were going to be in a rebuild type of year, which would provide struggles. But I'm totally wrong. Number two, how real are the Seattle Seahawks? They're extremely real based on what is going on in their neighborhood. You know what I mean? It's not always about having the best house you've ever seen. You just got to have a better house than other houses in your neighborhood, and everybody will see that your house is the most valuable. And that's what we're seeing right now in the NFC West. San Francisco, they have so many injuries, especially on the defensive side. They've become average at best. They can't stop anybody, right? And then, of course, offensively, they have a few concerns there, but mostly all the guys they're missing on the defensive side is going to allow opposing offense to score points. And we know about the woes that the Rams have, can't protect for the quarterback. Only pass catcher we can see being consistent is Cooper Kupp. So because of all of that, and then I don't even have to talk about the Cardinals anymore. We just devoted three or 4 minutes on the Cardinals and their concerns. So because of all of that, yeah, it's not a great house in the neighborhood, but right now, Seattle Seahawks, their house just look a little better than everybody else in the neighborhood, and that provides value, and you have to like what they can do moving forward, especially if they stay healthy.
I love it, B-Mac. Listen, if you live in a trailer park, you don't need a mansion. You just need to power wash the trailer and make sure the satellite dish is pointing in the right direction when you put that house on the market. That's exactly right. That's the division they're playing in. Eugene Cyril Smith III, put some respect on his name. I'm with you, B-Mac. I didn't think he was going to be exactly who he is. I'm not even joking. He has to be in the MVP conversation on some level. He's leading the NFL in completion percentage. Had another fantastic performance today. He said we wrote him off and he didn't write back. He's exactly right. Ken Walker, the rookie they drafted in the second round, had a great day, rushed for 97 yards. And when you're getting guys not named DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett involved, but guys like Noah Fant, who came over in that trade as well from Denver, and guys like D. Eskridge, their former second-round pick, getting those guys involved in the pass game, that's going to open things up for the other wide receivers and the pass catchers, and also for the running back in Ken Walker, which we saw today. And I think that there's a lot of reasons for optimism in a post-Russ Wilson world, which sounds odd to say, and a lot of it has to do with Eugene Cyril Smith III.
You call him Eugene Cyril. I call him Cousin Gino. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you for the real estate advice as well. Taking a look at those fantasy performers, and Eugene Cyril did what he needed to do. $197, nothing to show in the touchdown to interception ratio department. Ran for another 48 as well. Got you 11 fantasy points, so you want more from a starting quarterback from a fantasy perspective. Kenneth Walker III was your high scorer in this one with 18 points, coming on 97 rushing yards and 1 touchdown.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.